I don't know if anybody has ever told you, but
you are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts.
let me explain. There are different names for these two parts that we have within us. The godly side within us, which people would like to classify as, the spirit, the soul, the light in us. And then we also have
Dark side that exists within us, which people would like to classify as the darkness, the shadow side, the ego, the flesh.
all different names for the same thing. You are not one of anything. You're not all spirit and you're not all ego. You are a combination of them both. And that is the main thing that you need to be aware of. We all have the power of choice. Just because inherently I'm a good person, that doesn't mean that I don't have the choice to do something bad. All power exists within us, and we get to decide what we want to play into. So the first part in acknowledging that we are not our thoughts is understanding that there are two parts within us, and we are constantly going to have to choose what part we want to play into. Most of our thoughts come from, our life as a whole, things that we have experienced in life, people that we've been around, mom, dad, brother, family, and also it comes from, society as a whole, things that are portrayed on the internet, on social media, and just in our day-to-day life. Our thoughts are made of our experience. So essentially, these thoughts do and can take on their own identity, which I would classify as the ego, the thing that separates us. That's the thing that makes us feel that we are different than the next person. That is the thing that makes us, have our own specific experience. And in addition to having that ego, which is, we have ourselves as well, which is our spirit, our higher self. You are not your thoughts, you are the observer of them. Your thoughts are a culmination of things that you've experienced, people that you've been around. They are not true. You make it true by giving your energy into. If you feel like you never will be good enough, the more energy that you give to that thought, the more you behave in the world that proves that thought correct, the more you're going to believe that. The more that you engage with another thought that says, you can do anything, you are great, anything that you want, you can have. The more you engage with that thought, you're giving more power to that thought. I can decide what I want to believe. Be the observer. Be the observer when you are having these thoughts that are negative or even good thoughts. Be mindful of what thoughts you see coming in your head reoccurringly. This is a thought I always have. Why do I think this? Knowledge that, hey, I'm having this thought, but that doesn't necessarily make this thought true. Be mindful of the thoughts that you have. That way, when you notice a certain thought that keeps reoccurring, you're able to dig a little bit deeper into that thought on why you feel that way. Why do I keep having this thought? Where did this thought come from? Where did this feeling come from? Once you are able to dig deep and figure out the origin of that thought, you are able to lessen the repetition of it. You're having a thought reoccurringly because it's sometimes maybe something that you have not addressed. And if it's something that you need to address, if it's something that is happening reoccurringly, you have to put in the work to undo a negative thought or a negative belief pattern that you acquired through, negative experiences in your life. You observe and and you can dig deep in the thoughts that you don't wish to have and the thoughts you do wish to have. Now it's time for you to take charge. And by taking charge, I mean by dictating what thoughts you decide to give your energy to, okay? You are going to have, again, a mixture of good, bad thoughts. What thoughts are you going to give your energy to? Because where your attention flows, your energy goes. If I'm giving my attention to negativity, negative thoughts, negative beliefs that I, acquired through my life experience, that's where I'm giving my power to. Negativity. I'm thinking negatively, I'm going to start acting negative. I'm thinking negative. When I'm around people, I'm going to have that negative energy around me because I am engaging in negativity. You want to be a negative person? Do you want to, indulge in something that is not for your highest. So now that we are in charge, we are going to choose to indulge in the thoughts that we want to have. We're going to choose the thoughts that breathe life into us, that make us feel good and make us aspire to be more and do more and be better. Just because you are constantly having this negative thought, that doesn't mean we got to let this negative thought run with it. I'm going to cut you dead off. Because as soon as I start having a negative thought, like I can't do this or I'm not good enough, like I'm immediately telling myself like, bitch, I am good. I am good enough. It's okay. Like, it's okay to, whenever you are having a negative thought, bitch, stop it dead in its tracks. Like, no, we're not doing this today. Bitch, I am good enough. I will do this. I will make it. I am powerful. I am strong. I can do anything that I, put my mind to. You have to speak positivity, breathe life into yourself. Because we all love to have a person that we can go to that, they can pour life into us. They can encourage us. They can build us up. But when it's just us by ourselves, we have to be that person for ourselves. When we are in a negative slump, in depression, or in just a state of just being negative, we have to breathe life into ourselves because we have the power to do so. If we want to be positive, if we want to operate in a positive mindset, we have to do the work to make sure that happens. If we want to live a positive life, we can't just be letting the negative mind run rampant and do and say whatever it want to say. No, ma'am, not here. We're going to address it here. No, ma'am. No, I am great. I can do this. I am good enough. And the more that you do that, the less the negative mind is able to take control because it's realized like, damn, every time I say something negative, this bitch are choosing to empower the state of being that you want to be. Like, I want to be happy. I want to be my highest. Like, we have to understand that we are not powerless in this. We are not to the point where we are subject to operating based on whatever thought we receive.
You can have a thought to go kill somebody. That don't mean that you are going to go kill somebody. That don't mean that you should even engage in. You're at the stop sign and the pedestrians, they're walking past. And it's just this one pedestrian that's just walking slow as hell. And it's kind of agitating you. And in your mind, it kind of crosses to like press on the gas and run them over. I don't know if that's true for anybody. Maybe that's just a person.
Just because I'm having a negative thought to just run this person over because they're going slow, that don't mean that, I have to actually pour more energy into doing it. Don't give your negative mind power to operate and take control of your life because if you let it, it will. That's just like how it is in life. If you are allowing it, it must be okay, right? If I'm allowing this negative mind to take control and do whatever it feels necessary, what's wrong with it? It's being allowed. What you tolerate is what you allow. And if I'm tolerating a negative mind to take complete control of my headspace, it must be okay. And if it's okay, let me keep doing it. If it's okay, let me do it even more. That's what we're telling ourselves when we are investing all this energy into a state that we don't want to be. And yes, I get it. It's hard to control your thoughts because they just come and you just never know when they're going to come, what they're going to say, how they're going to make you feel. But you can choose how you react to what is being sent your way or what you receive. Just because I received a negative thought of this doesn't mean that I am going to engage. Matter of fact, I'm not going to engage if it's not what I prefer. You get to choose. You have the power to decide, what state you prefer. Whatever state you prefer, you have to take the action to ensure that is what is taking place. Okay, so just to reiterate, the 3 things that we can do to run our thoughts is 1, understand that we are not our thoughts. They come from life experience. 2 is understand that we are the observer of them. We observe our thoughts. They come from somewhere. We can dig down, figure out where they come from, but we are the observer. Just because we have the thought, don't make it true. And the 3rd thing is to take charge of what you are allowing yourself to think about consistently and daily. Be in charge. Bitch, I'm the boss. We're not going to sit here and feel sorry for ourselves all day. No, we're going to get up, do something that's going to make us feel good. You have that power. Don't give your power away. You are not a victim. Okay? So hopefully this video can help you operate in a more helpful and peaceful way because essentially we all have the power to be who we want to become. It's just about giving our energy to what we prefer and not allowing, things outside of our control take control of our life. Thank you for tuning in.